started. Hey y'all, hey. Please don't tell Glenn I was late, okay? I was supposed to do announcements this morning about my list here. But last night I was tired. Listen. Morning guys, good morning y'all, good morning. It's hashtag Rise and Grind. Yeah, I've been awake for like 30 minutes. Woo! Alright, I'm Heather Parody. What's up? Glenn's gonna be on in like 5 minutes. I told her I was late, okay? I was tired. Okay, I was supposed to say, congratulations to the Morning 5. What up, Morning 5? Congratulations, awesome job on everything. Morning routines are important. It's important to get up when you're supposed to wake up and do the things that you know you're supposed to do. I never struggle with that. Three, take some time to invite people to the group. Hey guys, invite your friends. Listen, word of mouth is the best marketing. If this community, if these people you're commenting and saying, hey to, good morning, I see y'all doing that all the time. Y'all are always chipper, wide awake. So glad, so happy for you. But if this is something that has changed your life, and I know it has, invite a friend. Say, listen, check out this guy named Lundy. Check out hashtag Rise and Grind. You can invite right now, you can share. Go ahead and do it. All right, what's up? What's next? Are you looking for a career change? Are you looking for something different to do with your life? You want to work with awesome people? I do. Reach out to Glenn. He is connected with amazing dealers. I say that country. Dealers. That's such a hard word for Southern folk. Around the country, car dealers, y'all. So connect with Glenn if you are looking for a career change. And that leads me to point number 5. I'm almost done. Glenn's coming. Are you in the world of automotive? I'm talking to you, in the world of automotive. Glenn works with leaders in the auto industry to help them grow. And get this, you can join the 800% club. You know that's next level. You're not playing when you're in the 800% club. Like they kind of brag in there. You know, it's not 100%, it's not 200%. Try 800, Jack. The 800% club. I'm not even in the auto industry, and I want a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Did you know that hashtag Rise and Grind, this is not just a show. It's also a community. Connect with more hashtag Rise and Grinders. Kind of made that up. At facebook.com Rise and Grind Crew. Again, that is facebook.com / Rise and Grind Crew. And listen, this is the last bit. Okay, I gotta go drink some coffee, y'all. God, it's so early. We gotta change this to 6:30 a.m. I'm just playing. 5:30 is good. I'm wide awake. Listen, the very last thing is, there are these things called stars. It's a stars program. You buy stars and you can give them during the show. And Glenn don't keep all those stars. He don't keep them, he's a good job. You know what he does with that? He helps people in the community. Last time they went out and they hugged a whole bunch of homeless people and gave them gift cards. $50 gift cards. That's what you guys did. Y'all be blessing people. Y'all be blessing the community. And the time before that, they brought out Chick-fil-A to the police. You know Chick-fil-A's from the Lord, y'all. Y'all are doing the Lord's work. All right, that's all my announcements, friends. I think he's coming. Oh, he's coming. Hey, Glenn, how's it going? Hey. Y'all have a good day. Bye.
Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Hi, I'm Ahmad Rashad. Now, there is a show that is hosted. It's called Rise and Grind, live at 5:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. And the goal is to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. Now, what I'd like to do is ask you all to just watch the show. It has motivation, education, inspiration, and celebrity guest interviews on Fridays. Check it out.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Sorry about that. Clicked the wrong button. I didn't have you guys there. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Today is Monday, July 13th, 2020. That's right. It's Monday, July 13th, 2020. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Monday, July 13th, 2020. Ahmad Rashad does look different. I would say that his quarantine time has aged him just a bit. He's not as clean and dapper as I'm used to seeing him, which is a little wild. But hey, today's the very first, very last time it'll ever be. So let's make the most of this absolutely incredible, incredible day. Fair enough. Listen, I hope that you had a great weekend. I really do. I hope you had a phenomenal time. I hope you got to spend some time with family. I hope that if you were in sales, you had all kinds of sales. Like, I just hope all together it was an amazing weekend for you. I know that at our house, it was a little bit interesting this weekend. We kind of had a hodgepodge of different things that went on. We had some moments where I was super proud of the kids. Like, the kids were playing outside because it was beautiful, and they had built this camp down under the trees, and they were catching tadpoles and doing all this stuff outside, which was absolutely amazing. Always fun to watch, right? And then, my son Fisher, most often this weekend, Fisher could be found basically with no clothes on, hanging out in his underwear that he has on backwards, wearing his brother's roller skates, and getting into some kind of trouble somewhere around the house. The dude is an absolute handful, Mr. Fisher Grant. So there was a lot of chasing, Fisher going around this weekend. We also have this trash can issue. This is under our counter. It's kind of weird to see it, but under our counter, it's all dirty, and the track came off, and so on and so forth. So we have some home repairs. I don't know if any of you guys had to do any home repairs this weekend. And then we also had a run-in with a couple small raccoons. Yes, we had some baby raccoons. They were terrified, cute little suckers on our back deck. And so we had to do some things with that. But just kind of like a hodgepodge weekend, right? Not a whole lot of structure, not a whole lot of things going on. Some good things, some bad things. My daughter, I took her to church, and we went to Dairy Queen and all those things. And my guess is you probably had a similar weekend. But what's interesting is I was thinking about it late last week, and then going into this weekend, it really showed itself, which is incredible how that happens, right? The things that we think about become real. And so last week I was thinking about it. I was thinking about the financial situation of people, a lot of people in today's economy, the financial situation with the things that are going on around the world today, and ultimately people's financial situations for decades and decades prior, to all of the events that we have going on here at the moment. So I was thinking about those things this week or last week, and then all the things this weekend, right? They cost money, right? Everything costs money. I mean, you can say what you want. Money doesn't buy you happiness and all those other sayings that try to downplay the importance of wealth. But ultimately, if you come down to it, we got to have money, man. We got to have money to fix the things under the trash can. We got to have money to create situations and environments for our kiddos. We have to have money to keep roofs over our heads. We have to have money to be able to pay the bills. We have to have money to be able to travel. We have to have money to be able to live and to survive. And most importantly, we have to have money in order to go out and continue to make an impact in other people's lives. Like, it costs money to do things. It costs money. The reason you guys all donate stars, which I appreciate so much, you donate stars, you donate dollars, you do all of those things, and we're able to go offline and make an impact in other people's lives, right? There's 500 stars from Matthew Fry right there. I appreciate that, right? There's another 100 stars from Terry LaPierre. So all of it takes money, dude. Right? It takes money. Money is what makes the world go round. So I'm not here to say that you're supposed to have this love of money or anything like that. But when I look at the economy, when I look at the world, when I look at people's situations, when I look out there in the life, and when I look and see things like one of the number one reasons people get divorced is money. And when I look out there and I see that one of the number one reasons people have anxieties, concerns, fears, or worries is money. When I look out there in the world and I see that there are some people that they spend literally every day concerned with where their next penny or next dollar is going to come from, it's an issue of money, right? And I believe that 80% of Americans, and maybe around the world, I believe that 80% of Americans would love to have some help with this idea and concept of money, but maybe are embarrassed or ashamed to talk about it. Maybe they're embarrassed or ashamed. Their friends seem to have it all together. They've got their house, they've got their car, they've got their jam. You ever done that? You ever experienced that where you're like in a conversation and somebody's talking about maybe a sound investment, or they're talking about something that they did with their money, or you're looking at how they've got their razor that's all tricked out, and yet you're struggling to pay a bill and you're kind of hidden, like it's kind of shameful, right? It's kind of like a shameful position. You're like, oh man, they sure got their money together. I wish I did. Whew, if they only knew the amount of debt that I'm carrying right now. There's a lot of pain, a lot of feelings, and a lot of emotions that come from and around money. And so this week, what I thought we would do is we're going to do a series called Think and Grow Rich. It's called Think and Grow Rich, and ultimately we're going to break down the principles of an incredible book written by an incredible man a long time ago. However, before we start, you know what we got to do. You know what we got to do. That's right. That's right. We're going to talk about money right here on hashtag Rise and Grind this week. We're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about money all week. We're going to talk about how important it is that you get some freaking money. That's right. How important it is that you get some money and you get your money right. But it all starts with a mindset. That's where it all starts. And just like today, we're going to start by getting that body moving a little bit, right? 5 simple steps to an extraordinary life. No snooze button. Boom. Who hit snooze this morning? Drop it in the comments. If you didn't hit snooze this morning, drop it in the comments, right? No snooze. No phone. First thing in the morning. Super important. Gratitude and goals. Drop it in the comments. Drop it in the comments if you did your gratitude and goals today. What's up, Jean-Paul Guidry? I want to start my week off right. He dropped 500 stars. Appreciate that, right? Gratitude and goals. You get those done today? Taking care of the physical. Now we're moving. Now we're dancing. What's up, Marcy Marie? Right? Now we're moving and dancing. Next, we're going to send out an encouraging message. We're going to lift some people up. We're going to talk about money, because that's what we do here on hashtag Rise and Grind. We're all about motivation, education, and inspiration. and you're a part of that. Nathaniel says, I don't use an alarm. There you go, my man. Good morning, Nathaniel. What's up, Bruce Pulver? Great to see you. He's committed to inviting 10 friends this week. Thank you, Bruce Pulver. Invite your friends, man. Bring them all in. Let's go. Tina Kelly says, no snooze. Don Sankey, good morning. No snooze for Liza Myers-Borges. That's what's up. Melvin Rodriguez never hits the snooze. Rick Tamburino, no snooze. Dude, if snooze was like a person or a thing, they would hate the Rise and Grind crew, dude. We'd have like a target on our necks or something like that. We hate the snooze button around here. What's up, Whitney Wells, Travis Flaherty, Emily Wilmot, great to see you. What's up, Aaron Lang up there in Canada, my man? What's up, Mike Higdon up 30 minutes before his alarm? Love it. Terry Lapierre, what's up? It's got to get some money today. I feel you. What's up, Emily Gowler? No snooze. Brad Smith hasn't snoozed in a decade. Kim Fair, that's what I'm talking about. Rick Tamburino, Mike Stevens, Anita Hill. How are you this morning? Sean Weatherby. Did I see Sean Hayes up in here? I believe I do. What's up, Sean Hayes? How you doing, Angie Ruffer? Jama Newhoff is in the house. Not yet. Gratitude and goals after the show. Fair enough. Whitney Wells, Heather Fox, working on her morning five. Sean Weatherby's in the gym right now. I love it. You Rise and Grinders are incredible. Pam Biddle doesn't even set an alarm. Boom. Sean Hayes says he's already at work. Oh my gosh, Sean Hayes, rubbing it in this morning. Look, if you're not at your office at work already, Sean Hayes has got to jump on you. Let's go. This is awesome. Before we dive in too far, if you open up your hashtag Rise and Grind planner, this planner right here was at the top of every page. It has a quote submitted by one of you, a Rise and Grind member. And if you open up your planner at the very top, the quote today was from Jennifer Finney, and it says, I will not cause pain without allowing something new to be born, says the Lord. And I thought, man, that's really timely. That really fits in with what we're talking about right now, and it really fits in with what's going on in the world. I will not cause pain without allowing something new to be born, says the Lord. Sometimes this thing called money can cause a lot of pain, right? It can cause a lot of pain and struggle as you're trying to figure it out, as we're trying to learn more about it, and ultimately as we're trying to attract it into our lives. I know that some of you ask the question sometimes. You're like, how is it that an athlete can show up on television for 3 hours a week and make millions of dollars, and I'm showing up at work for 70 hours a week, and I can't get recognized, I can't get promotion, I can't get ahead, I can barely pay my bills? And sometimes that's a frustrating situation. There's nothing more frustrating than when you're having a conversation with your spouse and you're arguing about something that you know would ultimately be solved if you just had a few dollars. We are in a blessed position at the Lundy house. My wife's dryer went out. Her washer had a little bit of problems. So I went out 2 weekends ago and I bought my wife a new washer and dryer. Both at Lowe's, replaced it, problem solved. We have 7 kids. She does laundry nonstop. Washer and dryer doesn't work. Mama don't work. It just doesn't work, right? So we were able to go in and replace that. Blessed. Super, super blessed. A lot of people aren't in that situation. For a lot of people, that washer and dryer breaking down would have been a big issue. Would have been a big problem that could have led to some other problems down the road. So this week, I feel like it's really important that we talk about this thing called money and how do we attract it? How do we start to attract money at a level where it no longer has to become a concern, and maybe we don't have to break our back 70 hours or 80 hours a week to get it. Now, don't get me wrong, for my 70, 80 hour work weekers, don't think I'm banging on y'all, because if you love what you do, it's not all work. But for those of you that are really breaking your back and not seeing the rewards, we're going to dive in. You see, there was this book, there's actually a book about this. There was this book called Think and Grow Rich. And this book has been attributed to the success of thousands, if not tens of thousands of successful people around the world. Now, you see, success leaves clues, you understand? And so we actually have this ability to go behind successful people. We have this ability to go behind and look at those clues and figure out what they did, how they did it, and how we can apply it in our lives so that we can get the same results. Many successful people will attribute their success to this single book right here that is sold. Millions and millions and millions of copies have been translated into different languages all around the world. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, to give you the premise, some of you have read this, some of you have not read this. Totally get that. Either side you're going to enjoy this week. To give you the premise of Think and Grow Rich, a guy named Andrew Carnegie, Andrew Carnegie was the founder basically of the steel industry that swept across the United States of America in the Industrial Revolution back in the early 1900s. So Andrew Carnegie was a big wig. Andrew Carnegie was super rich. Even back in the day when a lot of people weren't super rich, he was super rich. He'd be super rich today, and he was super rich back then. All right. So my man Andrew Carnegie was super rich, and he had a friend named Napoleon Hill. Now, this is all as the story goes. Just so you know, I wasn't there. I didn't witness this with my own eyes, but this is what I read, and this is what I study, and this is what, whether it's true or not, it's made an impact in the world. So Andrew Carnegie has a buddy named Napoleon Hill. Andrew Carnegie goes to Napoleon Hill and he says, "Hey, Napoleon, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to hook you up with all of my buddies. All right, I got this elite circle, right? The richest humans on the planet. I'm going to hook you up with them, and I just want you to hang out with them and interview them and learn about them and figure some stuff out about what is the theme. What is the common theme that makes all of them successful? How do they all attract money in such a powerful way?" Wouldn't you like that? I want you to think about it for a second. Just think about it. What would your life look like if you literally had the ability to attract money, right? To draw money to you. Instead of you constantly having to chase money, you could bring it in, right? Well, imagine what your life would look like if you were living in a life of financial freedom. What changes? What changes about your relationships? What changes about how you wake up? What changes about what you do every single day? So my man Andrew's like, "Hey, Napoleon, I need you to go out and study all the rich people and figure out what they're doing so that we can put it in a book and we can help other people change their lives," right? That's the premise. And so Napoleon Hill goes out and he interviews people like Henry Ford, Charles Schwab, Thomas Edison, right? He goes out and he interviews all of these incredible people and ultimately comes down to 13 principles of financial success. He takes them all and he writes them in this book called Think and Grow Rich. Now, overall, there's like 3 keys to this book that you have to understand. That's one of them. Napoleon Hill interviewed 40 millionaires back in the early 1900s to put together this incredible book. All right. So in the book, he shares all of this information with you. And ultimately, the overall theme of this entire book, the overall theme is whatever you can conceive in your mind, you can achieve in reality. If you can conceive it, you can achieve it. And they break it down into 13 principles how to do that. It's a really cool book, man. Really, really, really cool book. So if you haven't read it already, download it on Audible, get it, follow along this week, because we're going to break down these 13 key principles. We're going to break them down this week. You see, my goal is by the end of the week, you have a better understanding of how you can draw and attract money into your life than you have today. Why do we do this? Because I want you to be all pompous and ride around high-siding? No. My job is to help you rise every single day with intention and purpose so that you can evolve into the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be, so you can go out and make an impact in other people's lives. And we do all of these things together. That is my job. That is my role. Part of that job and part of that role is to help you understand that the things that you think about, the way that you focus your mind, ultimately nets you a result. And if we are not clear about how to think about money and how to draw it and attract it into our lives, we ultimately can't evolve, and we ultimately limit our overall impact that we're able to go out and make in our communities and with our friends, with our family members, co-workers, all of those things. So we're going to get your money right this week, your money mindset. I'm not going to talk to you about where to invest. I'm not going to tell you where to save. I'm not going to talk to you about stocks or bonds or anything like that. We're going to talk about your brain and how you are wired, and the current financial situation that you are in is ultimately a product of your thoughts and what you believe you're worth. As your friend, I'm here to tell you that your value is much more than you currently consider yourself to be at. And so I'm going to share with you from Think and Grow Rich. I'm going to share with you these 13 principles, and we're going to go through them one by one all week. So at the end of the week, you have a money mindset that ultimately attracts and draws money into you. Fair enough? The first one is desire. Right there at the bottom, you'll see it at the bottom of this triangle. The very first and most important principle to financial success is you must have a burning desire. A burning desire to want to be financially free. A burning desire to want the benefits and abilities and gifts that come with financial freedom. You have to have this desire, this overwhelming desire to get there at no matter what the cost. This overwhelming desire to live your life at a certain level with certain expectations that you have of yourself and that you have of others. It starts with a burning desire to be able to live the life that you know in your heart, in your gut, and in your soul that you were destined to live. What does your desire to be rich look like? Has it maybe been clouded? Is your desire to be rich? Have people told you, well, you're not supposed to, don't worry about money, honey. It's the root of all evil, honey. Which, by the way, the Bible doesn't say the money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money is the root of all evil. It is okay to have a desire, burning desire to want to do well for yourself. It is okay to have a burning desire to want to create a life for your kids that was better than the life that you lived. It is okay to have a burning desire in your heart to want to travel, to want to vacation, to want to experience the world and all of the things. It is okay to have a burning desire deep down in your heart to be able to want to make decisions without having to worry about the fiscal side of things. It is okay to have a burning desire in your heart heart to want to have your bills paid ahead of time and not behind times and not have to live every single paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. It is okay to have a burning desire to want to accumulate wealth so that you can go out and make an impact. If you don't have a desire mentally to be rich, a desire to attract money into your life, if the desire's not there, neither will the dollars be. And I understand. Some of us have been squashed with that. Some of us were been told there's just layers and layers and layers, this money mindset. That to be poor, that there's something admirable or honorable about being poor. That there's something admirable or honorable about not being able to support your family. That there's something admirable or honorable about not being able to make an impact financially in your community. And I'm just here to tell you, it's not real, man. That's not real. Broke people like to sit around with other broke people and tell broke people it's okay to be broke. I'm here to tell you, man, that's not I've lived both sides. I've been homeless, completely broke, nowhere to go, right? And I've been on the other side where I can buy my wife a washer and dryer when it goes out. And I'll tell you, man, the world is a lot easier when you got some money. All right. So this week we're going to break down all of these principles. The first one is desire. I want you to think about it. Just think about it as you go throughout your day to day. What are your thoughts about money? How do you see money? How do you think about money? Do you desire money? Do you downplay the need for money? Do you catch yourself saying, oh, well, I'm fine. I don't need that. I don't need those things. Those are hoity-toity, right? Start thinking about what you think about when it comes to money. And let's make sure you have a burning desire to grow, because that's what we're going to do this week. Is we're going to teach you how to think and grow rich. That's the plan. You feel me? All right, cool. I ran a couple minutes over. I apologize for that. Hey, listen, my friend, you, child of God, God of the universe, God who made everything, made you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you could possibly be. You feel that? Absolute best. Not above average, little above, little below, anything like that. But the absolute best. And I know you're headed in that direction. You're watching hashtag Rise and Grind. You're getting up early. None of you are hitting the snooze button. I saw all that. Some of you are at work already, blowing the doors off of things. You know what I'm saying? And that's amazing. Because I want you to understand that those decisions that you're making today, those seemingly small, they're super important. They actually are making an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers. Those decisions for you to show up here today makes an impact on me. I, for one, absolutely love you for it. Let's get our money right. Let's start thinking. Let's go. That's right. Monday's going to be incredible, Heather Fox. Come on, we're going to get our money right this week as a group, as a crew. Let's get our money right. John Paul Guidry, my man, he's got his money right, and he's still got a burning desire for more. What's up, Anita Foster? Thanks, Mr. Overfell. Great to see you, sir. Nice pictures of the beach. Virginia Beach, man. What a place, dude. Didn't realize how beautiful it was out there. Just saying. Rodney Rock Hatfield. What's up, Michael Guthrie? Mike Stevens. Archie, you guys have an incredible day. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We're going to do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? You see, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts. Congrats, Adam Aarons. That's awesome. Adam Aarons had a grandbaby this morning. Congratulations, sir.